Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Minute, where we're throwing strikes and getting likes, hitting dingers, and getting listeners. Back again with another podcast. This is your only Brewers daily podcast. 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time is our upload time. We are on Castbox, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, you name it. We are there. Check the show out, rate and review on your favorite platform, and if you aren't already, subscribe on YouTube. So we've got another guest, the world famous, nationally syndicated radio voice, YouTube sensation, rising star, Bart Winkler is back with us again today. How you doing, Bart?
Rising star.
Rising star, man.
I would think I'm on the fade of the star. I rose, I'm fading.
No, you're back with it. You're on national now.
Yeah, a little CBS Sports Radio, 150 plus affiliates.
Right. So I mean, you're getting some play. I saw a lot of good comments, a lot of good activity on your Twitter feed.
Well, I only retweet
those are
the
all
good
just
ones.
local people that like you, but you know.
Yeah, I'm making friends.
Yeah, people like you. People like your show. I think your show is really doing well. I mean, you're taking off on the old YouTube platform.
Yeah, wherever you can find Miller Park Minute, you can find the Bart Winkler Show. Right. Except you said iHeart. There's not on iHeart.
You're not on iHeart? I don't know how, like, where all these. I just clicked on all the ones that Anchor allowed me to.
Maybe I am on iHeart. I'm going to look. Because what happens is if you put it out there and you do it daily, everyone grabs you.
Right, exactly. So, like, all these ones opened up when I started uploading to. I use just Anchor, and they kind of post you everywhere. So,
well, good. Hey, if you want to find either one of us, you've done half the work. You know you can find us.
Yeah. And you've also got sponsors, so you're a little better off than I that way, but that's okay.
I've got friends who give me money. That's how you get sponsors in the podcast game.
Right, exactly. But that's okay. We're just here for the conversation, really. And right now, you said you went to a spring training game. You've kind of gone through a darkness retreat, as I just called it, like Aaron Rodgers. You've kind of been offline for a little bit, but you're starting to come back.
We took a vacation to Arizona, so I didn't do the pod for a few days. I've been doing it daily as well. I was going to try not to tweet too much. I always break that, but I did go to the game. It was Tuesday, March 1, I don't know, but it was a Tuesday game against the Cubs. I'd never been out there before. I'd never been to Maryville before. The park's nice enough. I had a good time. It's cool to see, like, it's a very intimate setting, right? And that's how you watch Northwoods League game. That's how you watch the Timber Railers. That's how you watch the Milkmen. That's how you watch these games. And that's great. But then it's like, have that kind of intimacy and watch the Brewers, which right. So I get why spring training is such a big time and a fun time, and the day games, and now things go a little bit quicker. I did notice the clock out in the middle of the field, center field there, and I saw Sal Frelick had a nice double, Rowdy Tellez had a big blast, and otherwise I was just kind of like watching my son watch the game. So I can't. I'm not. Some people are breaking down every pitch in spring training. More power to you.
I'm
just trying to get my son into baseball. Excuse me.
Right. Like, and I'm more or less out there, like, watching these games. Like, I got Aiden in the background right now, and like it's 6-0 Seattle.
Oh no, I'm watching XFL. So.
Oh, I haven't even scratched the surface on that. I don't even know the teams or anything.
Wow, get with it.
I'm behind the times. But so overall, was the experience, did it feel quicker than like your average baseball game? I don't know how many games you go to, but did it feel quicker, like you were in and out faster than normal with the new time thing and everything?
We did leave. We didn't stay to the whole game, but just the innings themselves, it didn't seem like there was a lot of downtime, which I still am struggling with this. I like that there's rules that are going to try to make there be more action. So I was kind of against the shift, but just because I think when one part of baseball strategy figures it out, it's up to the other side to catch up. And I feel like it should be a balance, but they made a rule for it. But it will provide more action, we think. So we'll give that a try. I don't like that they're doing both things at the same time. And I don't think the games need to be any shorter. Like, if you're going to give us more action, I don't think the games need to be shorter. I like watching games. I like when games go longer. I like, especially when I go to the games. And that's kind of something that's been interesting that we haven't really heard from. And I wonder who will be the first owner to use that as an excuse. Because if you have 30 minutes less of a baseball game, eventually that's going to add up. If you have 30 minutes less of a game, that's probably one round of whatever you buy, sodas, beers, or otherwise. That's probably, the extra peanuts that you went to got or the extra hot dog. And then I know a lot of people like to just hey, it's a Wednesday night, buddy calls you, I'm kind of bored. You want to go to the game? Oh, okay. Traffic's a little light for Milwaukee, whatever it is. You get there. You might get there a little late. You got work. You still sit down in the second inning. Could be the third inning. Dodger fans don't show up to the third inning. Well, now it's going to be the fifth inning when they show up. I don't know. I don't need games to be less. I love watching college football. Those are 4.5-hour games. I love it. I don't need there to be less time. And the one other thing that I want to mention on this is, okay, it'll be quick. And in the regular season, all right, it's 162 games. It's a marathon. In the playoffs, isn't it more guy steps out of the box? The moment gets more tense.
Right. You're building at that drama.
You're gonna lose that in the postseason. So, and there's clocks now in a baseball stadium, which I just don't understand. But it's confusing. Hey, this is what they're doing. We just got to adapt. And if it sucks, they'll just get rid of it, I guess.
Well, Willie Adames was saying, too, that he enjoys the fact that they took away the shift because it allows him to play more. Now, you would think most players would like, maybe not Manny Machado because, he's not Johnny Hustle or Charlie Hustle or whatever he said. But, these guys want to field their positions more. They don't want to always be told, hey, you got to stand here. He's going to hit it right to you and flip it to second base, So
yeah, that's the other thing. We think of this from an offensive standpoint, but the game, there's good shortstops and stuff, but there's no Ozzie Smiths anymore. Right. I mean, there's no guys that have to make these acrobatic plays, and that was another part of it. Web gems. We haven't seen the web gems lately because every out is, the guy standing 15 yards in the center field right there with the catch.
Well, it's like
maybe it does bring back more defense for sure.
It's like those obscure stats that they give us where they're like, oh, he had a 98.5% catch probability on that particular catch. And it's like, okay, well, now it's a little more challenge, a little more skill based. They are still trying to do, I saw one in a game against Joey Gallo was the batter, and they had two outfielders, and you're gonna see that stuff kind of happen as long as there's.
But I will say, the conversation around baseball and spring training, and there's going to be the World Baseball Classic, and every team starts 0-0, and we're going to find reasons to be excited about ours. This is for the first time in a while a start to a baseball season that people are looking forward to and that can celebrate the game. And whether you don't like the shift, whether you don't like the pitch clock, whatever, it's something to talk about. And what we're talking about is reasons we like baseball. We're not talking about the strike or the lockout. We're not talking about how many games are going to be played during COVID. We're not talking about the cheating scandal or PEDs. We are talking about the sport we love, what's going to make it the best, and what's going to make it enjoyable. And I think so baseball, for the first time in a while, there's I do these national shows sometimes, and it's NBA and NFL are usually the big drivers.
Sure.
But I mean, the baseball, to talk about it, you get a lot of people's interactions on it. One day I did basically 2 hours on, what rules do you want to see? And some people say, oh, just because you catch it shouldn't be an out. You should have to still throw them at the base. One guy had this proposal that the first 4 innings should be 2 outs, and then the fifth should be 3, and then the sixth should be 4. I mean, it's just a whole weird thing, but it's us trying to figure out, it's a good baseball's getting off to a good start. They're waking up on the right side of the bed for the first time in years.
Right. There's a good conversation around it too. And I think one thing I think that really kind of helps is that Savannah Bananas team is out there trying to change the game, and maybe that's kind of the catalyst.
I have a shirt. I wish I was wearing that shirt right now. I have a shirt.
Right. they have totally different rules. I've watched a couple videos and seen
And they're
a little
coming
bit
to
about it.
Milwaukee.
Yes. Are they playing the Milkmen?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I might have to go check that out just because it's a different brand of baseball. You know, it's the game, but they take out. Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know the specific rules off the top of my head.
Well, and it's like the Harlem Globetrotters, right? Of
right.
basketball, but they found a market because they can make the sport fun again. And so, yes, I think MLB is realizing that there's a lot of people. I was talking to Evan Drellick, who will be on one of my pods, athletic writer, but he had said how the baseball fandom is like a curve. When you're a kid, it's like everything to you. And when you're an older person, I mean, you see how many, you watch it every day. You might have retired. When you're right in the middle, like you and I should be right in the middle right now, where the emphasis should be maybe less. So if we're like high now, we're going to be crazy as old people. But we have to make sure that, we like the game, that there's a reason for us to like the game. There's a reason for us to get our kids into the game. And all of this is helping.
Well, and that's important. Like, I mean, I think the next generation of baseball, like I coach here in Fond du Lac. I coach youth baseball, and like this year we were down 2 teams overall, and I don't know if that's parents not wanting to commit or what it is, but it's very interesting, like to see that progress. Like when you and I now you and I are right around the same age. Youth baseball was huge. There were so many teams. I remember playing 2 nights a week, and we didn't ever play the same teams. And it was like everybody did it, like your friends weren't asking, hey, do you want to do something? No, I got baseball. Oh, yeah, we got baseball too, So I hope that grows. I hope it grows. I mean, I've been involved now 3 years, give or take.
But then, like all of us that did that, those should be our kids now.
Right.
So is it the kids' fault or is it our fault? Like I always love the participation trophy argument when people are like, my generation didn't have participation trophies. How come you kids do? Bro, I'm 8 years old. I didn't say I needed a ribbon at the end of this thing. You felt that I did.
You chose to give it to
me.
And
now you're complaining about it.
Right. And that's a big part of it. Like there's these, and we're in just this world, and I'm not going to go political here, but we're in this world where everything is controversial. When you make a statement about anything, you either have supporters or you get attacked. I mean, you and I are both on the internet, and we do this all the time. And there's some love and there's some hate. Your take on Rodgers can be loved and hated. I'm sure you get both. And that's just the way that the world is now. It's a totally different game.
You're, of course, talking about my take on Jason Rodgers, who I thought did not get a fair shake with the Brewers in 2015.
Right. Yes. Amari Rodgers.
Yes. Well, I think they screwed him over too, but
I was going to say the same, but yeah, no, I mean, and that's just the way it is. Now, to flip the coin on this, and I think everything we've said is right. There's a lot of positive talk around baseball right now, but to see the Brewers now, we're going to go to the Brewers side of things where they're doing things, and I don't know, it's coming to me across like they are just out of touch. Like they're bringing back things that were like popular like 7 years ago, 10 years ago, like the autograph Sundays. They've moved bobbleheads to now Saturdays. They're giving us $4 mini, like centimeter long hot dogs.
Well, they're desperate.
And they're just out of touch, it feels like.
I see. So there's all these things that they're trying to do to make it a better fan experience. And I wish that teams would do these things when they don't have to, because then when they do have to, it all seems less genuine. And a problem with the Brewers, so the Brewers, since they traded Josh Hader, everything's been bad. Their promotions have been bad. This bar event they had was stupid instead of an on deck. Everything's just been bad. They don't spend any money, which some people were mad about. The trades are all right. I'm not going to say they had a terrible offseason. They did some things to help, but I don't know how good they're going to be. But we'll find out. All of this stuff that we're mad about, and this is what's great about baseball and sports, is you can run your organization as poorly as possible, but if the Brewers start 10-4, I mean, it's going to be pandemonium for this team. We're going to go crazy over their start. So the winning can always change it. The problem again with the club right now is that all these things we've been talking about, every conversation I have with the Brewers outside of the rules and stuff is Mark's future, the stadium's future, Corbin Burns' future, Willie Adames if he's going to stay long term. It's all future stuff. We're barely talking about the 2023 team. We should be talking more about like how much are we going to see Sal Free? Like where is Garrett Mitchell going to be in this order? How big of an impact is Contreras going to have? But we're so focused on these other things that I think once we, we'll go through spring training, try to figure out the rules. And once we sit down and watch these games, assuming we can watch these games with everything that's going on there, then we'll, find the proper level of excitement. But it's like, how do you do a season preview on the 2023 Brewers right now? I'm not equipped to do one. I can talk about baseball all day, but I'm not equipped to do a season preview on any team. Like, who's good? I think you just look at your predictions the last 3 years and say, oh, the Yankees probably good. Astros will be good. Dodgers will be good. Padres will be good. Okay, that's good enough. Who's going to win the AL Central, though? I don't know, one of those teams. Who's going to win the AL Central? Brewers could do it. Probably the Cardinals. I mean, it's the same stuff for the last 5 years. So we'll see.
And that's the dynamic that they're putting forward. It's what they're doing to us as fans. I mean, I was actually like recording a podcast, and I forgot that it was like the day, and that's another thing that we missed. They didn't hype the day the tickets went on sale at all. Yeah. Like, if the Brewers lack making money this year, it is all their own fault, and they can take their management and their ownership to blame for the fact that they didn't make money and hype their tickets and sell. It was 4:00 by the time I finished recording a podcast. And I'm like, oh, let me get my credit card out and try and go and buy some tickets. Well, I went through, no problem. I didn't get rejected. I think I bought loge level seats and like first base side, and I didn't have any problems. And it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Opening day used to sell out like in the morning by noon. Yeah.
Do you can still get tickets for opening day or no?
Probably. You can probably go right on MLB.com. Otherwise, I got a guy. Message me. I'll hook you up.
See, I don't buy I will not buy tickets anymore the old-fashioned way, because what I do now is I go to the games like right around first pitch, and then I like wait 10 minutes, and then I go on StubHub or whatever, and then I buy the cheap tickets.
Sure. Do you ever use that Game Time? Have you ever tried that thing?
I tried Game Time once. I ended up buying tickets off SeatGeek. They were cheaper.
Yeah. I wish they would make the SeatGeek codes that they give out to people such as yourself and me, like more usable. Like, you get that sports people don't just sign up once for SeatGeek. They want to buy more tickets than just the one time.
Yeah, unless you're one of those. I could sit anywhere opening day.
Yeah, it's available. It's not hard, and you're not paying much over asking for any ticket.
I'm looking at the website right now. Yeah,
is it their website?
Yeah, Brewers. I'm looking at Brewers. Yeah,
that's sad. It's 2 weeks after, and they're like locked up and don't have any availability. So,
I'm gonna. You put this on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do prop comedy. Look what I got at spring training. Real live tickets, dude.
Nice.
They print tickets.
That's a rarity.
The first real tickets I've gotten in years.
That's so strange.
I thought I'd have to sign into my app.
Like do the whole MLB app or SeatGeek
real
or whatever
tickets.
You use. That's weird.
These can't cost that much. I mean, and then like the Bucks that one year, they're like, well, if you want a ticket, show us the ticket you had and we'll sell you a fake ticket for $30. Okay. Anything to make money.
Right. And that was big with the championship, right? Because everybody had these digital tickets to the championship. and then they had to sell them. I know a lot of season ticket holders were mad when they switched over because like they basically converted everybody. Now they send it directly to your app on your phone, and like you've got
it sucks.
50 tickets on your app on your phone, or what is it, 80, 62? I don't know, whatever.
And it murdered the scalper market outside of the stadium.
Yeah.
Which that's probably fine.
Let me transfer you this. You hand me some cash and I'll transfer you it on my phone.
Yeah, pass.
No, hard pass, man. I don't trust you with my phone number.
No, sir.
But yeah, and like now we're to this point where it's like, so you don't do the whole opening day shenanigans and all that.
I've gone to a bunch of opening days the last 8 years, but as media.
Yeah. Oh, sure. So I mean,
I've gone to opening day the last 8 years as media. This year, I don't have a credential. I could maybe backdoor one with like CBS, but I think I'm gonna go. I think I am gonna go.
I should talk to you off air about that and see if I can find a way. I need to trick the system to make them think I'm a legitimate source and get myself in as a press to get access to players. I feel like that would take off my YouTube channel so much more if I had.
Well, I think like the Bucks always credential like people like us, but the Brewers never do.
No, they don't.
Brew Crew Ball and Reviewing the Brew and Brewer Nation, all these guys have been trying to get in there and they won't let them.
Right. You have to MLB's form is really ridiculous. You have to like apply, then you have to show how long your place has been in business, and you have to give them a bunch of numbers and things like that. It's stupid. I even applied to be the social media ambassador.
Yeah, you should do that. I get all these job things. I got another one on it today. They're still looking for someone.
Yeah, right. Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have plans to do dailies or do any kind of coverage Brewers wise once a week, anything like that coming up? Once the season actually starts, I mean, we're a good month away from that yet.
I don't know. I don't know. I will do Bucks post-game shows continually, so that will take me through the playoffs. I'm sure the Brewers will play on some of those nights. I guess it depends if I have a real job or not.
The jury's still out on that.
Well, I'm still talking to some places trying to get like a PR job or something to do during the day.
Pump the YouTube, man. Pump the YouTube. Your YouTube channel's good enough.
I mean, I'm doing okay, but I do get bored. I get pretty bored during the day. I'm looking for like a 25-hour job a week. 40 might be a little too much.
I'm
trying to game the system my own way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I do, man. I do a lot of randomness. So, gosh, we got anything else I wanted to ask you about? Oh, I did want to ask you, do you feel now that the season in the baseball is underway, do you feel like the Brewers are equipped? You know, we just talked about, and you said, well, we're not even talking about the 2023 Brewers. Do you think the Brewers are equipped going into the 2023 season with the guys? Do they have enough pieces? I mean, their game that they're doing is let's throw a bunch of mid-level guys out there and see what we can return. I mean, Tyler Naquin.
Yeah, but I do feel like this is that's something I've been saying for like the last few years, you know, and the pitching staff's been the one constant, I think, as of late. The offense, and now Yelich has to be one of these guys, but the guys they sign, if they have close to a career year, the Brewers will be good, very good. But the problem is there's 5 or 6 guys that need to do that. It's not like, you know, you sign like you're the Phillies and they got Trey Turner, right? So if you're the Phillies, it's like, well, we're really good, and then we'll be great with Trey. But if Trey's the best, we'll be the World Series. No, we need like 4, 5, 6 guys to be at their career best for us to be contenders for the Central. And sometimes it happens. I mean, they've had some teams that have overachieved for sure. Brewers have had a nice stretch here, but they rely on more guys. Like there's a lot of dart throws. And
Flash in the pan.
they do their due diligence. Like, hey, Jesse Winker might be a dart throw, but we like that better than a Colton Wong dart throw this year, or Hunter Renfroe. We'd rather we got rid of Colton Wong and Hunter Renfroe. That's great. And I do think Winker kind of struggled for whatever reason in Seattle, and I do remember him as a Red. And I'm kind of optimistic about that one. And I think Contreras is a great the way we finagled Contreras. I think that's great. But you're gonna need I think we're at the point where winning the Central is winning the Central is like our World Series, but the baseball playoffs are so random.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is unbelievable how random it is. That all you need to do, the Brewers, there's no reason to complain as long as they're right around 500 or even a few games under on September 1st. There's no reason to get mad. All you have to do is have a good September. You're in the playoffs, have another good 2 or 3 weeks, World Series champs.
Right. And that's really the way it goes. I mean, look how far the Phillies played in that thing, and they were just a couple games away from
So I should like that, right? Because it always gives the Brewers a chance, and that's why the bites of the apple theory is what it is. But I do think baseball, if you're going to play 162 games, I don't think you should just get in the playoffs and lose in a weekend if you win 110 of them.
Right. Well, and that happens with these big teams like the Mets and the Braves, and they fall out. But then you get like a Seattle that gets in, and they get a little momentum, go around, and that's how baseball has been. Like I feel like they haven't done enough to change the conversation around baseball and baseball playoffs and the teams, and that's where maybe not necessarily a salary cap, I think would help baseball, but like a salary floor. You know what I'm saying? Like where you say, okay, each team has to spend $100 million. Your guys like the Oakland A's go out there and they're spending $40 million a year to produce crap and just farm players to get the best prospects out of them at the end of the day.
Yeah, it sucks. And then, but then you're going to see inflated contracts for people that suck.
They're already, the contracts are already up there.
The contracts for people that are good. I can't believe the shortstop market. Like if you're even Willie Adames is going to get $40 million by the time he's on the market.
Right, exactly. He's just probably happy to be riding this thing out right now. He's like, I'm making this little bit of money, but I'm going to be rich come time I'm either out of here or extended.
Yeah, if I went to a camp or if I'm in high school or I got a coach that's trying to move me to second base and I'm a shortstop, I'm like, no, sir.
No, I'm not shortstop.
I need to make the money. Shortstop's where the money is right now.
It's a money position. So. Mm-hmm. But that's the game. That is the game in a nutshell. So, that being said, I think I've talked your ear off enough. I always enjoy chatting with you. It's always fun because you just have a different outlook than the regular guy. You know what I mean? Like your takes are more the regular sports guy, I should say. Like the sports guy rose-colored glasses, everything. They've been talking, and you probably haven't listened to a lot of these broadcasts, but they've been talking. Well, it's great. We're gonna get home earlier. We don't have to work as hard. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, these guys talking here are really making us.
That's what they're saying on the broadcast.
Yeah. They're like, hey, you get to get home to your family. This is great for everybody.
If you're going to a baseball game. You're doing it to get away from your family. You're not rushing to go back to your family. And
dude, you guys are working 3-hour shifts. You're literally broadcasting a game for 3 hours, 4 hours, not working 8 hours like the rest of us.
Well, there's more work that goes into it.
I know. I'm not saying that. I know you were in the radio. I get it. But
you shouldn't be in that position in what's a dream job and have any complaint ever, because when I'd be in the press box, the writers, this game's longer than 2:45. Gosh dang it, I thought we were going to be out here by 2. I can get it with them. I mean, they've seen 5,000 baseball games. They got to be tired of it. But
right, they're probably over it at that point. But, you had that experience. Now, those are probably the best experiences of your broadcasting, your radio career, getting to sit and be a part of it. You know, you're kind of special in a light. You know, I mean, you're a fan. Obviously, you're a fan. I don't know that all of these guys are fans, right?
It's weird. Some people are and pretend not to be. Some people are, and it does jade you a little bit. You know, because you see more than that. That's one reason why I never wanted to cover the Packers in the locker room. I always wanted to keep that separate because they were like, it's cool to cover the Brewers and the Bucks, and it's less of a drive, I suppose. Got to get home to my family, but I just wanted to keep that wall because you get access. Not like I've seen anything that I'm like, oh my god, I hate the Brewers now.
Right.
But you know, it's weird. It's weird.
Fair enough. I get it. All right, man. Well, you can get back to the rest of your Sunday. I'm just going to wrap real quick. All right, guys. That was another conversation with Bart Winkler. Bart Winkler always shines when we get these chats, so gives us his takes, his outlook. And he's got some good points. So that being said, guys, check us out again tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Like, subscribe, and leave a rating and review on the podcast platform. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute. Go Brewers.